Welcome back, or welcome to Yoga with Ciara. It's the first Sunday Yum of Wholesome. So, Sunday Yum, to those of you who are new, is the 20 minutes that we roll around on the floor always every week. And so it takes the theme of the month, but also we don't stand up. It comes from me being incredibly jealous of people who could wear their pajamas yeah, while doing yoga. And so Sunday Yum was like this thing where I would wear my Sunday jumper. Must dig out my Sunday jumpers and my Sunday jumper and teach the class from the floor. So come, let's roll around on the floor. Welcome, welcome. So nice to be here. Great. Just we'll light our candle and then just lie straight down, okay? And of course, aromatherapy, of course. Lie on the floor with your aromatherapy. Come on down. Land on in. Oh, it's very nice to lie on the floor. Nice. So just rub down through your arms. Rub down through your legs. Rub down through the other leg. Rub down through your back, so you have to lift your bum. And then rub down through your belly. And then just pause. Land onto the floor. So position yourself or shimmy yourself so that you feel that you are in a straight line. And that might not look like a straight line from the outside, but that's okay. It's how you feel, your sense of alignment. And then get a sense of the planes of contact. So the back of your head, your shoulders, the back of your rib cage, the length of your spine. The resting of your pelvis, the feeling of your bum on the floor, the backs of your thighs or your soles of your feet, depending on how your legs are. Nice. So unpack your shoulders. So lift your right elbow up towards the ceiling, pull your elbow forward, and then drop your shoulder blade, drop your upper arm, drop your elbow. And they should feel different. And then unpack the other. Pull the left elbow up and then drop it wide. Nice. And then just knees are bent, feet are flat on the floor. Sway your knees slowly from side to side. As you sway your knees, notice what's happening. I did very little yoga over Christmas. I really went into deep rest, slept a lot, pottered, slept some more, went back to bed, sat in front of the fire and read my book and did some gardening. So as I twist here right now, I can feel it's like the rustiness of my hips, the sense of things really enjoying being more mobile as I move. Nice. So bring your right foot up, place your right foot on top of your left knee, and then slowly rock from side to side here. And as you rock, bracing your elbows into the floor, and just feel, how does this feel in your body? We haven't done this movement. If you've been with me live only, then we haven't done this movement in 2 weeks or so. If you've been continuing on doing yoga in your own time, the Sunday Yums or whichever version you do, you will have done some of these. Just feeling, deepening into your pelvis, deepening into your hips, feeling. Yeah, I can really feel the echoes of, I did a few really deep lifting days in the garden where we moved loads of stuff around, and I can just hear that in my lower back and pelvis. Feels very nice. Nice, other side. Bring your left foot up, rest it on top of your right knee, and then rock. Notice, is this different or is it the same? Is it similar or completely unique? The sensations that you're feeling as you rock. Nice, come back to center. So both feet flat on the floor, bring your right foot up, place it on top of your left knee, and now lift your left foot off the floor and squeeze your left knee up towards you. And then touch the floor with your left toes. And I just feel that in your knee, in your hip, in your belly, in your lower back. What has to fold? What has to bend? How would you sink and soften and deepen into this? How would you really allow for a wholesome range of motion? So I'm not using my hands, so my legs are pulling my legs. Whereas if I introduce force from my hands, then it's based on where my hands are, not based on where my legs can move to. Nice. And then draw a circle with that left knee. And as you draw the circle with your left knee, that's going to make a circle with the whole shape of this. And then circle in the other direction. Nice. Squeeze your left knee up towards you and just pause there. Deepening into your belly, deepening into the sense of breath. Softening your shoulders, softening your face. Widening into the lower back, widening into the back of the rib cage. Nice. Bring your foot to the floor. Change. Draw the left foot up, bring it on top of the right knee, and then squeeze your right knee up towards you. Bring your toes to the floor. And as you travel up and as you travel down, what do you fold into? What do you soften into? Now, what are the sensations? What feels wholesome? What feels like you're pushing too hard? Where do you need to ease off? Where do you need to engage more? Its whole body, inside and outside, is coming to coherency. You're listening to your sensations, you're taking action based on that. Nice. Draw a circle with your little right knee. Let that circle the whole of this shape. And circle in the other direction. Squeeze the right knee up towards you and pause. Widen your shoulders, soften your face, settle the lower back, widen the lower back. Engage the front of your abdominal muscles to pull backwards a little bit more rather than bulging forwards. And then bring both feet to the floor. Nice. So bring your arms wide and then drop both knees down to the right and just pause there. And you let that left hip fall a bit deeper. Can you deepen the breath into the front of the left hip? Can you feel almost like you're a violin and there's a string from your left knee all the way through the front of your pelvis, all the way up into your rib cage, and that the breath is like the bow and the breath is going to play that stretch? How do you find the string of connection or the threads of connection? And how do you deepen your breath into the front of the left hip? Lifting on the breath and then sinking on the breath. Walk your left foot a little bit back towards the left. So you're just increasing the stretch slightly. Now that we've settled a bit, we're increasing the sense of tone. And again, deepen your breath into the front of that hip. Nice. Walk your foot back to center. Come bring your knees back to center. Pause for a moment in center. Notice the difference between the left side and the right. And then drop your knees down towards the left. Oops, daisy. And then one of my stars fell down. And so then drop your right knee and see if you can find the threads or the string of connection and deepen your breath into that. On this side, I feel like I breathe into a knot of sensations. It's not so clear, the thread. It's like as I breathe, I go, oh, there's a knot here. Well, that's okay. That's me breathing into that which is connected right now, that which is apparent. Whatever is arising is the work of this moment. That's the thing. It's not about tidying away and looking for something that isn't there. It's about being present to what is and including more and more of what is. And so really settle into the deep of this right hip. What is in this right hip? What can you breathe into? Nice. And walk your right foot a little bit back so you're increasing the stretch. And what is now? Nice. Walk all the way back. Squeeze, pause for a moment. Just feel your 2 feet, your knees, 2 hips. And then squeeze your right knee up towards you, hug it in, compress it down. And then change, draw your left knee up towards you, squeeze it in, compress it down. Nice. Stretch both legs up towards the ceiling, stretch through both legs. Wiggle your toes so that you're finding just a sense of connectivity through your feet, through your ankles, into your calves, into your knees. How do you awaken your legs? How do you really actively engage the muscles of your legs? And then roll your ankles. And then roll in the other direction. Nice. Bend your knees, squeeze both knees towards you, hug them in. Stretch both legs up. Bend your knees, squeeze both knees towards you. Stretch them up. As I stretch them up, I'm pulling my toes towards me and sinking and widening into my lower back. I have a sense of engagement through the backs of my legs. And again, bend your knees and then just rock from side to side. Nice. So keep hold of the left leg with the left hand and then lengthen the right arm, lengthen the right leg. And then bend your elbow, touch your elbow to your knee. Stretch your right arm and your right leg. And how would you make this a whole right-sided stretch? Like reach into your fingers, reach into your toes. And bend your elbow, bend your knee. How would you make it a whole right-sided stretch? Like how would you engage into your ribs? How would you lengthen from your toes all the way into your fingertips? Bend your knee, bend your elbow. And again, stretching long. Find that sense of connectivity. Whole right side of your body is lengthening. Nice. Change. Hold on to the right knee with the right hand. Stretch the left arm long, left leg long. Find the whole of the left side of your body. Bend your elbow. Bend your knee. Let them touch. And then lengthen long. Stretching. Like find it. Like, whoa, how do I find my baby finger, the outside of my ribs, the front of my thigh, the deep of my calf, all the way into all of my toes? And then touch your elbow to your knee. And again, lengthen long. Left side is lengthening, super long through that whole side of your body. And then grab your knee. And so we're going to change from side to side. Right side lengthens, reaching into your fingers, lengthen into your toes, stretch your leg as long as you can. Bend your elbow, bend your knee, hold on to your knee, and stretch the left side long. Super long. Like find that sense of connection. What's the tone and the texture of the left side? Hold on to your left knee in comparison to your right side. Stretching long, reaching out into your fingers, reaching down into your toes. Bend, hold, left side lengthens. Bend, hold, right side lengthens. Wow, the two sides of my body are so vastly different. That's amazing. One more time on the left. Super long on the left. And then bring both feet to the floor. Pause. So walk your feet a tiny bit closer. Sorry, something seems to be caught a little bit. And then slowly begin to roll up along your spine, lifting your hips high and slowly rolling down to land on the floor. Rolling up. Squeeze your bum as you rise. And then keep your bum squeezed as you lower. And again, squeeze your bum as you rise. And keep your bum squeezed as you lower. And just feel that. How do you really connect into the length of your spine? What does your spine feel like as you rise up? And then as you try and place each vertebrae down one at a time, back down onto the floor. Getting a sense of rolling up wholesomely and rolling down. And again, rolling up. And this time as you roll up, bring your palms together, bring your fingertips together, straight up towards the ceiling. Pause. As always, be at a distance that feels good for you, like it's a range of motion that you can sustain, that you can maintain, that feels like, and it doesn't matter whether that's 1 inch off the floor or 10 inches off the floor, it's that you found your sense of wellness and really cultivate wellness in your practice. Yoga, my yoga, this yoga that we practice, isn't about being really uncomfortable and then hoping that's going to make us feel good after. It's that we feel good now, and that cultivates more feeling good in general in our lives. It's about how do I say yes very clearly to wellness, and how do I define my boundaries or understand my limits and say no to what's beyond my limits. Awesome. Slowly lowering down, drop your arms overhead. Drop both knees to the right. Pause with your arms overhead and your knees to the right. Breathe deeply into your belly. Nice. Come back to center with your arms. Come back to center with your knees. Roll up along your spine. Pause. Arms are up. Hips are at a distance that feels wholesome for you. Heels are connecting. Soles of your feet are connecting. Bum is squeezing. Breath is in your belly. Nice. Roll down along your spine. Drop your arms overhead. Drop your knees to the left. Pause. How do you know your own personal limits and your own personal boundaries, or the sense of what feels like it's enough? And sensations are the deepest, truest way that I know this. And so what we practice is the hearing of and the cultivation of attention towards our sensations. And from that attention, we begin to understand when things feel comfortable and when things don't. Come back to center, hands to your belly. You can either bring the soles of your feet together, your knees apart, or just keep your feet flat or stretch your legs long. And just pause. So be comfortable. If your knees are wide, it's because you're really comfortable with your knees wide. Listening into your body, hearing your body, feeling your body, being wholesome as you lie here. Can you slow things down? Can you deepen into the floor? Can you just sink 1 millimeter more? How wonderful. Hi, lovely. That was really nice. That was really nice. So great. I'll see you all tomorrow. We'll be back up and rising tomorrow. And I hope you have a fantastic day. I hope that it's just gorgeous. It is freezing cold here. It was snowing here last night. It's freezing cold, and I'm going to go for a swim down in the sea at 9 o'clock. I'll see you there. Yeah. Those of you who are coming, awesome. Those of you who are staying at home, I completely understand. So great. I will see you all tomorrow, and those of you I'll see on the beach. I'm looking forward to it. Bring a coffee. Bring coffee. Ciao, ciao, Sloan. Loads of love. Bye.